Hello, this is Noreen from Joy Cards and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, please like and subscribe, hit that little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos release. So now let's go make a card. Hello everybody! Today's video we're gonna look at 4 different cards. I'll show you 3 and we're gonna make 1. And we're gonna be doing Cup of Tea, which is in the new 22-23 catalog. Is on page 12 and 13. And what's great about this set is it also comes with DS paper, which I obviously loved a lot because it's all cut up in my little pouchy here. And it also has envelopes and cards that you can get with it too. And I didn't think I would use like the card bases because they're the same as the DS paper, but 2 of the cards I used them, and it's like, oh, that's kind of funny. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's card number 1. Now, all the dimensions, all the products I use for all the cards is in the description of my video. So when you first pull up my video, if you click on that little arrow or the show more on the description, it'll bring everything down. You'll see everything. So, and that also includes like where I get my folders and my magnets for the dies here, because I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I'm all legit. So also my Caterpillar glass, everything that you see in my video should be in there. But anyway, the first one, what I have done is an easy one. Now this, I used one of the card bases from the envelopes and cards, and I used the basic die here for the teacup and just cut it out in all the DS papers and, you know, line them up on top of each other. And then also this little tag right here, I love, and this is new as well, Stylish Shapes. And it's the smallest little die and makes that one. And then I just took the inside and took the 2 dies here and the new Parakeet Party and just lined it up. But anyway, here's card number 1. Here's card number 2. And once again, I used a card base, which I didn't think I was going to use from the cards and envelopes. And then I used, of course, Stylish Shapes again. I swear I'm going to be using this way too much. You're going to see all my videos. It's like, Noreen, you need to stop using the same die. And it's like, I can't help it. I love this one. So I cut these out of the DS paper here and just put them up on dimensionals and did the inside with that same paper from DS. And this is also DS that I just cut out in the basic die. So here's another crazy easy card. Here is card number 3, and I went ahead and I used, this is the new color Orchid Oasis, which is this really pretty purple card. I used the DS paper to make the flowery background here and basic white, and I just stamped the teacup in the new Sweet Sorbet, and then I colored in the yellow with Daffodil Delight. And I used the tag here from the die set, and I also die cut out the little hearts in the new Sweet Sorbet. And like I said, all the colors and everything is in the video description, so you can look it up. I also used the new 21-23 in color opal rounds just here on the side, and the string is from Baker's Twine. You get all these colors in here, so I just used the white one. And then on the inside, I just cut another teacup and used the DS. Now, I've made 3 very simple cards. What do you think number 4 is going to be? Not easy. That's why we're going to make it. So let's get to number 4. Here is card number 4. And what is nice about this, first of all, it opens this way, but it also, I don't know if you can hear it. I'll put my mic. It has a magnet. We're going to do a magnet, and the magnet, if you go to the description of my video and click on one of the links, it's the link to the magnet place that I get it. It's not on Amazon, but it's where I get the magnets. And when you open it up, it's a pop-up. And I put a little doily here. I don't know how well you can see it. Let's see. Yeah. So there's a little doily here, and it pops up. And it's just a really cute card. And then since it was so bulky, I put the magnet on there so it would stay closed. So let's start it. So the base of this card is basic white, and it's going to be 4 1/4 by 11, and of course score it at 5 1/2 there. So that's the base. Now When I was making these cards, and there's another video I did right before this, which is the tutorial on cup of tea. And it's a simple set, but I'm showing you all kinds of combinations of the DS and solids and all that. So it's worth looking at. So if you have the time, go ahead and go back on that. But I loved this particular combination of the DS paper that I ran out. So we're going to make a different color because all the DS paper matches each other. So we're going to take this sheet, and it has just the cups on it. And this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and snail this onto the base, just in the middle like so. And then we're going to take 2 strips of paper, and they are 1 inch by 4 inch. Now, when you grab this DS paper, I kind of cut it so I could see these 2 teacups here without cutting one off. So go ahead, and we're going to line one up on the top and the bottom. And these colors, I'm curious to see how well it does against here. And there is something, if you have these colors available and you don't have to go to this one. What's funny about this card is that I did a trick here. And what the trick is how did I do this teacup? Because I'm assuming that people are going to go, where is that? Because it's not in the DS paper. What it is, it's the envelope from here. So on one of these envelopes, you've got this design here, and I cut this out with the teacup design. So that's how I did that. So I cheated a little bit, so just so you know that. But now we've got these 2 lined up here. Now the next step. Next, we're going to get some basic white and the biggest circle from Stylish Shapes. Like I said, I use this one a lot. So we cut that out. And now we're going to go ahead and do what I just told you, the trick on the flower here. And that is, I'm taking the envelope that matches this one. I'm going to line this up just like I did with the lighter one, and I'm going to cut this out. And this is what it looks like cutting it out of the envelope here. So I'm going to take my snail and snail this up and put it right on that circle like so. And we're going to stamp the leaves. And we're going to be using Parakeet Party, which is one of the new in color ones, which is so cute. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to do this first and just make sure that the leaves are within the circle. I'm going to stick my head in, sorry, and put that right like so. Okay. And then I'm going to use Starry Sky, and I'm going to do the flowers because we've got that beautiful dark blue there. And if you look at the box or in the catalog when you get it, how to line this up, it's kind of like you just have to put it where it looks the best, just like so. Then add your teacup, and then you can line it up so you're not like you know, trying to make it not hit the thing. And if you miss a little bit, or if you need to extend it, just take your Stampin' Right in the new in colors. You could buy the in color Stampin' Rights by themselves, so you don't have to buy the whole big kit. And I do recommend you get those, especially if you're a demonstrator. Now the next part is you got to do the little tea bag. And the tea bag is the big tea bag die, not the little one, because there's 2 little ones there. You get the big one right here and cut that out in just basic white, and take a little, like maybe 1 inch of baker's twine in the white. And now we need to stamp this up. So I'm going to take Starry Sky as the outline here, and I'm going to stick my head in the camera, sorry, because this, you have to really get right over it. Okay, like that. And then we're going to take the Fresh Frieza, because that's what this purple is on the card, is Fresh Frieza. And you can tell that it's Fresh Frieza because on the back of all your DS paper, it tells you all the coordinating colors that they use. So if you're ever like wondering what color that is, it's on the back. And there is the tea bag. So let's finish up the front here, and then we'll go to the inside. So we'll just snail that up and put this one in the middle. And then I'm going to take one of these silly paper pumpkin dots. These are fantastic. I wish they would actually just sell them because they're amazing. And I use them on all kinds of embellishments, like those brass butterflies. They hold those down really well. And so I took one of those, and then you take that baker's twine. I'm going to just kind of wet my finger here and kind of roll it so it kind of doesn't look frayed. Just stick it on there. And then take my tea bag tag and dimensional it and put it right over the top where I want it. So there is the front of the card. So now we're going to do the inside, and this is a pop-up. And since it's so thick, I did decide to put on a magnet. So these magnets, and it's in the description of my video, I get it from a company called Magnets for Less. And what's great about them is that they're really thin and they're really, really, really strong. And you get a bunch of them. I mean, I don't even know how much this was, maybe like $20 or something, but they're really, really strong. So I'm going to take those silly little paper pumpkin glue dots. And if you don't have the paper pumpkin ones, just get mini glue dots. And I am going to put a glue dot on each side. And then I'm going to take off one side of the label on the glue dot, and I'm going to open up my card, and I always have that, like, I don't know, 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch border on all my cards. So I'm going to put it like right below there in the middle. So I know I'm going to, you know, have something below that. Okay, and then I'm going to take off the other side of the glue dot, and then I am going to close this up and make it stick, and then pull it apart, and it's just like so. So that is your very first step. The next step is I'm going to grab another piece of that same DS paper from the front, and it's a 6x6, and what you're going to do is you're going to take it and make it a 4x6, so only cut off one side. So this is a 4x6, and then this doily right here is from Encircled in Beauty, and it's this one. This die set is being retired. If you want this die set, go on now on the Stampin' Up site. They have a whole bunch of things on sale or, you know, retiring, so you want to grab it. If you're seeing this way in the future, I do sell all my retired stuff. Everything that retires from all the catalogs, I sell. So, if I still have it, you can go ahead and email me, Noreen@joyofcards.com, and see if I still have this die, and I'll sell it to you. But this is not going to be in the 22-23 catalog. But I went ahead and die cut this out in basic white. And there's I'm going to just put it back in its little folder here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to snail it to that DS paper right in the middle. So just kind of eyeball it. I find my eyeballs are better than my measuring. So right there in the middle. Now that it's affixed to my DS paper, I'm going to put it in my Stampin' Up cutter, and I am going to score this in half. So this is 6. So I'm going to score it at 3 here, and it should be right. See, my eyeballs are good. So I'm going to score this nice, just like so. Now I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to take my bone folder and give it a really good crease, because I mean, this is kind of a bulky card. Anything that's like a fun fold is going to be bulky. That's why I use magnets a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and score this down really good. Now that you've got it nice and scored down really well with your bone folder, I want you to take it and put it back in your cutter, and we're going to do a cut here at 1.5. So I'm going to take the blade, and the blade has like little notches on the side here that will line up with these sides here, and I want to take it down 1 inch. So I know this line is 1 inch and it's at 1.5 here, so I'm going to take it down, and it's going to cut through a lot, so you got to push down pretty darn good, and then you can lift it up and see how good you are there. So that's the first cut. Now the second cut you're going to do at 2.5. So bring it to 2.5 here. Okay, bring this down and take that down an inch and hold it good there, because it's going to want to fight you, because it's cutting through a lot. So make sure that these are even, and they look even to me. So we'll go ahead and take it off. So now you got this cut here, and what you're going to do is you're going to pop this up, and as we're folding this in half, you want to pull it forward. Now at this point you want to make sure when these fold down, they fold down all the way to the bottom. So make sure that these go all the way down. So as I'm pulling this forward, I'm making sure this part on each side is all the way down, and you're lining the paper up on the end here too. So there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to push down on that. This is all the way down, so I'm going to push down on that. And then I'm going to take my bone folder again, and this is a Stampin' Up one, and I'm going to crease that, and I'm even going to try to go inside and crease that one, and try to make it as less bulky as I can. And really crease these. So what we should get is something that looks like this. Now we're going to snail it on one side here and just really get it good. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the middle, because we got that gap, because this is 4 1/4 and this DS paper is 4, and put it on the fold. I know it's hard to tell because I've got it folded and trying to move things all at once, and get that puppy in the middle right on the fold. So we've got one side totally taped, and now we're going to do the other side. So now I'm going to snail the other side. It's real good, and just let this fold on itself and push it down, and might as well give it a nice score while we're at it, just like that. Now we're going to put on the top and bottom pieces here, and this is 4 by 2 3/8. And like I said, all the dimensions are in the description of the video. Just pull down that show more, and it's all right there. Now I'm going to take that, and I'm going to butt that piece right up to the other DS. Notice that my magnet is covered, and I'm going to butt this one up here and cover the bottom magnet. Now right here I put a place for the sentiment. I never put sentiments in my cards because I don't know who they're going to, so I kind of leave them blank. But I take from that Stylish Shapes the second largest circle. This circle is the largest, and this one's the second. I went ahead and cut it out in basic white, and just go ahead and put it inside your card right here on the bottom like so. Now to make that teacup, take another one of those envelopes from the card and envelope pack, and we're going to, and it's the one right on the fold, so we're going to go ahead and cut out another teacup. Now we need to do the flowers here for the teacup, so grab the foliage again right here and these flowers above it, and I am using Parakeet Party again, which is a totally cool color. I love this green, and I'm going to stamp it on like so. And then on a separate piece of paper, take of course the little flowers here, and I am using Starry Sky, and stamp that out. Now I'm going to take the dies that coordinate, and I'm going to tape them on here, and I'm going to cut these out. All right, so we got my little flowers. I went ahead and I turned them over, and I'm going to put some snail on all of them, or on these little tiny ones that are really hard to snail. Take your paper pumpkin little glue dots and put them on, because it's hard to get these things snailed without them sticking to your fingers and stuff. So go ahead and take those. Now I'm going to put the big ones on, so I already snailed those, and just find a spot where they'll stick, you know, because there's not a lot of real estate here. I snailed this little goofy one, and then I put those paper pumpkin glue dots on the other two. So I'm going to put this one here, get the little paper off that one, and put this one right here like that. And then I'm going to turn the teacup over, or should I turn this over? I don't know. Let's see. Probably the edge of the teacup, just the very edge, because you don't want to put too much on. So when you close a card, it sticks. So I'm going to put that there and line this up and put it right on the top like so. Now the last thing is we just need to put the teacup on our little mechanism there. So I would go ahead and snail the teacup. Not too much, because like I said, you don't want any exposed snail to hit anything else. And then just put it on right there, like so. And that's the card. Aren't these cute? And let me know in the comments which you like better, the Fresh Frieza one or the Starry Sky one. But they both have those nice magnets. Like I said, everything that I use in my video, either there's a bit.ly link for the Stampin' Up stuff, or there's an Amazon link, because I am an Amazon affiliate, and you can get like the Caterpillar glass, the magnets for your dies, you can get the folders for the paper, everything. So anyway, that'll do it for me. Thanks, bye.